Right. So this is questions 27 through 30 on the Unit 6 example question set. I apologize, they're on two different pages, so you're going to see me on this page here. And then after I do question 27, I'm going to switch it out. Now, each of the questions is not necessarily connected to the one before, like questions 21 through 26 or 1 through 6 were, but they all, again, deal with the same concept. So much like I did with a previous set of questions whose numbers I don't remember off the top of my head. They were all about transformations as well. I'm just going to do them all together so that you can see the same concepts being kind of put into action here. So 27 says the rational parent function y equals 1 over x is translated 5 units up, 2 units left, and vertically stretched by 4. What's the resulting equation? So we're going to use the transformation equation for the rational function family. That would be y equals a divided by x minus c, all of that plus d. So what I need to know is what a, c, and d are. So a, c, and d can be found from the information that we were given. Let's go through the pieces and see what's what. So it says 5, it was translated 5 units up. D controls up. So my 5 is going to be my D value, and up means it's going to be a positive 5. Then we've got 2 units left. Left is controlled by C. C is right or left. So I know the 2 is going to be my C value, and left indicates that it will be a negative 2. Then it says vertically stretched by 4. Well, that's my A value, so I can put a 4 in there. And what's nice about the A value is you can just put the value straight up in there, and then you just have to look for something else to see if it's negative. Otherwise, you can assume it's positive. So I now have my 3 values, and I can just put them in for my 3 variables. So y will equal A, my A value is 4, so I'm going to put 4 on top. And I got x minus c on the bottom. C is negative 2. And then plus d. So plus my d value is 5. And the only thing I would change is right here where I have minus negative. I would make that a plus. Mathematicians tend to not like having 2 symbols like that in a row. So that's 27. 28, 29, and 30 are very similar. In fact, let me just show you here. Here's 28. It says the rational parent function y equals 1 over x is translated 3 units down, 1 units right, 1 units right. Man, who's writing this stuff? And vertically stretched by 5. What's the equation? So once again, we'll use y equals a over x minus c plus d. You don't have to rewrite it all these times. I'm just doing it so that it's on each one, but you only have to write it once, or if you can memorize it, that's fine. We just need to know what a, c, and d are. So let's see, translated 3 units down. D controls down, so D is going to be 3, and down means it's negative. 1 unit right, C controls left and right, so I'll put a 1 there for my C value, and right means it's positive. Vertically stretched by 5, that's an A value, and since there's no reflection, the A value will remain positive. So this is y equals 5 over x minus 1 minus 3. So there we go. 2 down, 2 to go. Here's number 29. Again, the rational parent y equals 1 over x is translated 14 units right and reflected over the x-axis. What is the resulting equation? Once again, we will use y equals a over x minus c plus d. And we can figure out what a, c, and d are, so let's do that. Translated 14 units to the right. Well, C is the controls left and right, so my C value must be 14, and right means that it's positive. Reflected over the x-axis, that's an A thing. The reflection tells us that the A value will be negative, but you'll note there's not a value in there, so I don't have a number I can put for A just yet. And I would go on to see if there is other information I can use to fill in A or D for that matter, but I'm all out. That's all they've given me. So let's deal with both of these. Let's start with A. Since there wasn't a vertical stretch at all, that means the A value is 1. That's our default value. If there's not a vertical stretch, then the A value is 1. And then it doesn't give us any kind of translation up or down, so there was no D value, which means we're not going to use D at all. So when I write this, it's just going to be negative 1 over x minus 14, like that. All right, last one. The rational parent function, y equals 1 over x, is translated 12 units up, 19 units right, vertically stretched by 7, and reflected over the x-axis. That's a lot. So we will use y equals a over x minus c plus d, of course. And let's figure out what a, c, and d are. So let's see, translated 12 units up. Up is d, so my d value will be 12, and up means positive, so this will be a positive 12. 19 units to the right, c controls left and right, so my c value will be 19, and right means that it is positive. Vertically stretched by 7, that means 7 is the a value, because a controls vertical stretching, and then reflected over the x-axis means the a value will be negative. So when I plug this in, I get y equals negative 7 over x minus 19 plus 12, and I am done. See you in class.